My brothers and my sisters, there comes a time in your life when God calls you to step forward. And everyone can't come with you. There are people you've tried to hold on to, people you've cried over, bent over backwards for, prayed for, but they are not tied to your purpose. You are dragging dead weight into a new destiny, and it's slowing your soul down. You keep asking why they left, why they betrayed you, why they changed. But the question is not why they left. The question is, why are you still holding on? You see, growth requires separation. You can't grow in the same soil that tried to choke you. Some people were only there for a season, a lesson, a moment. Stop trying to make a moment into a lifetime. I'm talking to someone who's exhausted from trying to prove their worth. You've dimmed your light to keep others comfortable. You've made yourself small so someone else wouldn't feel insecure. You've lowered your standards so you wouldn't be alone. But let me tell you this, peace is better than company. Your healing is more important than their opinion. Your calling is bigger than their comfort. So, focus on yourself. Not in selfishness, but in wholeness. Because when you finally love you, you won't chase people who don't know how to. God is not punishing you by removing them. He's preparing you by refining you. Every rejection was protection. Every closed door was direction. So stand tall. Look forward. Stop rehearsing what happened and start becoming what's next. Because your future deserves a fully healed you. There comes a time in life when we must learn to let go of people, things, and situations that no longer help us grow. This is not always easy. In fact, it is often very painful. We hold on because we care. We hold on because we are afraid of change. We hold on because we don't want to feel the emptiness that comes when something or someone we love is no longer there. But the truth is, holding on can sometimes hurt more than letting go. When we refuse to release what has already served its purpose in our lives, we stop ourselves from moving forward. Letting go does not mean you don't care. It does not mean you didn't love deeply or try hard enough. It simply means you are choosing to move on without carrying what no longer fits the path ahead. Growth is not just about adding new things to your life. It is also about removing what holds you back. You can't plant new seeds in a garden filled with weeds. You can't step into your future if your hands are full of yesterday. Many times the people we want to hold on to the most are the ones who have already walked away emotionally. Even if they are still physically present, we can feel it. The connection is not the same. The conversations feel empty. The support is missing, but because of our fear of being alone, or because we have built so much history with them, we pretend. We act like nothing has changed, even though everything has. We hope they will come back to who they used to be. But life moves forward, and not everyone is meant to stay. It's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to want different things. Sometimes two people can love each other and still not be right for each other's future. It doesn't mean the time spent was wasted. It simply means that season has ended. Like the leaves that fall in autumn, some relationships must fall away so that new ones can grow. This is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of progress. Trees don't fight to keep their dead leaves. They release them, knowing new ones will come in the right season. The same is true for old habits, toxic thoughts, or past mistakes. We carry guilt and regret like a heavy backpack. We replay the past in our minds, wondering what we could have done differently. But the past is done. You cannot change it. You can only learn from it. Carrying guilt will not make you better. It will only make you tired. Letting go of past pain is not about forgetting. It is about forgiving yourself and choosing to grow from the experience. Sometimes we need to let go of our own image of how life was as supposed to be. We had a plan. We had a dream. But things didn't go the way we hoped. Maybe we lost a job, a relationship ended, or a door closed that we thought would open. This can be hard to accept. But sometimes God removes what we thought we wanted so that He can give us what we truly need. We must stop trying to force a future that is not ours. Letting go of our own plan makes room for a better one. Letting go also means trusting that what is meant for us will not pass us by. We do not have to beg for love, chase after people, or prove our worth. The right people will value us without us having to shrink ourselves to fit their comfort. The right opportunities will come when we are ready for them. When we let go of what's not working, we make space for what will. It is in the empty space. After we have let go, that growth happens. That space may feel scary at first. It may feel lonely. But it is also the space where healing begins. When you stop filling your life with what no longer belongs, you can finally hear your own thoughts. You can finally understand your own heart. You can finally learn who you are without the noise of everything else. Letting go is not a one-time decision. It is something we must do again and again as we change and grow. Every new level in life will require us to release something from the old one. Whatever it is, we must be brave enough to put it down so we can move forward with open hands. You are not losing when you let go. You are gaining yourself back. You are giving yourself the freedom to grow into someone stronger, wiser, and more at peace. I'm more at peace. When more at peace. You are choosing to believe that your future is more important than your past. You are learning that real strength is not in holding on, but in knowing when to release. So if you're in a place right now where something feels heavy, where a relationship no longer feels healthy, where a situation keeps making you feel stuck, it might be time to let go. Not out of anger, not out of bitterness, but out of love for yourself and trust in the journey ahead. Take a deep breath, thank that season for what it taught you, and then gently release it. Letting go is necessary for growth. Without it, we stay small. We stay trapped. But when we let go, we make room for something better. We make room for peace. We make room for joy. We make room for joy. We make room for a version of ourselves we haven't even met yet. And that version of you, that version is worth letting go for. There are moments in life when we feel like we need people around us all the time. We think being alone is a bad thing. We look at others who seem to be surrounded by friends, family, or loved ones, and we feel like we are missing something. We start to believe that having company, even if it's not good for us, is better than being by ourselves. But with time and wisdom, we come to understand a powerful truth. Not all company is good company, and sometimes being alone in peace is far better than being surrounded by people who disturb your spirit. It is not easy to come to this understanding. Most of us grow up thinking that we are supposed to always be social, always have someone to talk to, always have a crowd around us. We are told that being alone means we are unwanted, or unloved, or unloved. So we try to keep people close, even when they make us feel small, even when they hurt us, even when we walk away from a conversation feeling drained instead of uplifted. But there comes a point when you start to feel the weight of keeping people in your life just for the sake of not being alone. You begin to notice that certain people bring more stress than joy. Some people talk, but they don't listen. Some people laugh with you, but gossip behind your back. Some people want your energy, your time, your kindness, but they don't offer it in return. And when you finally take a step back, you ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? You may have shared memories. You may have been close for years. But if being around them no longer feels safe, no longer feels kind, no longer feels true, then what's the cost of keeping them near? What are you sacrificing just so you don't have to sit in silence? Peace doesn't always look exciting. It may not come with loud laughter or crowded rooms. Peace is quiet. Peace is still. Peace is sitting alone with your thoughts and feeling calm instead of chaotic. Peace is when your phone doesn't ring and you're okay with it. Peace is waking up and not feeling anxious about the conversations you'll have to face that day. Peace is knowing that no one is pretending around you, and you're not pretending either. When you choose peace over company, you begin to heal. You begin to understand yourself better. You begin to notice what you truly enjoy, what makes you smile, what makes you feel alive. You're not performing anymore. You're not bending or shrinking just to fit in. You're being yourself, fully, honestly, and freely. Sometimes we think we need people to complete us. But the truth is, no one else can give you what you don't give yourself. If you don't know how to enjoy your own company, if you don't know how to be kind to yourself, you will always search for people to fill that space. And in doing so, you may accept relationships that are unkind, unhealthy, and unfair. You may allow people to treat you in ways that you don't deserve just because you fear being alone. But alone does not mean empty. Alone does not mean broken. Alone can be a gift, a space for you to grow, to reflect, to rest, to learn. It is in those quiet moments that you often hear the truth the loudest. You hear the voice inside you that says, I deserve better. I am enough. I don't have to settle. And once you start listening to that voice, everything changes. You don't chase people anymore. You don't beg for attention or force conversations. You don't stay where you feel unwanted. You begin to protect your peace like it's treasure. Because it is. You realize that your mental health, your emotional well-being, your spiritual balance are worth more than just having someone to talk to at night or sit next to during the day. There may be times when people will not understand your decision. They may call you distant, cold, or unfriendly. But let them talk. Only you know what it took to find this calm. Only you know the battles you had to fight in silence. Only you know the nights you cried, the times you were misunderstood, the moments when you felt like you had to choose between keeping the peace and keeping the people. And now you are choosing peace. And that is strength, not weakness. It takes courage to walk away from noise. It takes strength to sit with yourself. It takes faith to believe that what you lose in people, you gain in peace. And when the right people come, and they will not disturb that peace. They will not bring confusion, guilt, or fear. They will match your calm. They will honor your space. They will speak in kindness and love. You will not have to chase them. You will not have to change yourself for them. You will simply be, and that will be enough. So if you find yourself in a place where you're choosing between someone's company and your own peace, remember this. Peace is not just the absence of people. It is the presence of self-respect, quiet joy, and steady strength. And that is worth more than 1,000 conversations, 1,000 friendships, 1,000 moments of fake comfort. Peace lets you breathe. Peace lets you sleep at night. Peace lets you walk through your day without the weight of pretending. And when you've tasted true peace, you won't want to give it up. Not for anyone, not for anything. So choose peace. Even if it means walking alone for a little while. Because in that quiet, something beautiful is growing. You are finding yourself. And that is a journey worth taking. There are things in life that hurt us deeply. Words that were spoken, things that were done, people who left us, promises that were broken. We all carry pain. It's part of being human. But the real struggle is not just the pain itself. The real struggle is how we continue to play it over and over again in our minds. We keep thinking about what happened, what was said, how it made us feel. We keep going back to the moment it hurt, like a wound we won't let heal. That is what it means to rehearse the pain. And until we stop doing that, we will stay stuck in the past. Pain happens once, but when we keep thinking about it, talking about it, and reliving it, we make it happen again and again in our minds. It's like watching the same sad movie every day and wondering why we feel broken. It doesn't matter how long ago it happened. Yesterday, last year, or 10 years ago. If we keep thinking about it every day, the pain remains fresh. Our minds do not know the difference between what's happening now and what we're remembering. So, when we rehearse the pain, we keep it alive. Some of us lie awake at night thinking about the argument we had, the person who betrayed us, or the chance we lost. We ask ourselves, why did that happen to me? Or what if I had done something different? But no matter how many times we go back in our minds, we cannot change the past. It is done. The more we go back, the more we hurt ourselves. Sometimes we think that if we keep thinking about the pain, it will make more sense. We want to understand why someone hurt us. Why someone hurt us. We want to understand why life was unfair. But the truth is, some things may never make sense. Some people may never say sorry. Some stories will not end the way we hoped. And that's okay. We don't need every answer to move forward. We need peace more than we need explanations. It takes courage to stop rehearsing the pain, because sometimes the pain has become a part of who we are. It's like an old friend we've carried with us for so long. We don't know who we are without it. We use it as a reason for why we don't trust, why we don't try, why we don't believe in love anymore. But the pain is not our identity. It is something that happened to us, not something that it defines us. You are not the hurt that happened. You are not the heartbreak, the betrayal, or the failure. You are the person who survived it. You are the person who got up again. But in order to heal, you must stop picking at the wound. You must stop revisiting the same story every day. You must allow the past to stay in the past and give yourself permission to live in the present. In the present. Forgiveness plays a big part in this. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you trusted the wrong person. Maybe you stayed too long in a bad place. But punishing yourself forever won't change what happened. You must look at yourself with kindness. You must say, I did the best I could with what I knew then. And then let it go. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't matter. It means choosing not to carry it anymore. It means saying, this happened, it hurt me, but it will not control my future. You may still feel sadness from time to time. That's normal. But sadness is not the same as staying stuck. Feeling something is part of healing. Living in it every day is not. There's freedom in letting go. Freedom in no longer letting the past tell you who you are or what you deserve. You deserve joy. You deserve love. You deserve peace. But peace won't come while your mind is busy digging up old pain. You can't welcome new blessings if you're still rehearsing old wounds. So if you catch yourself going back to the pain again and again, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, speak gently to yourself. Remind yourself, that was then, this is now. I don't live there anymore. Start to focus on what is good in your life today. Even if it's small, a smile, a quiet moment, a breath of fresh air. Build new memories that don't come from pain. Build a life where joy is possible again. You may not be able to forget the pain completely, but you can choose not to make it your daily story. You can choose to write something new. You can choose to speak words that heal instead of words that reopen old wounds. You can choose to surround yourself with people who lift you, not those who remind you of who you used to be. It will take time. Healing is not fast. It doesn't happen in a day. But every day you stop rehearsing the pain is a day you move closer to healing. Some days you'll do well, other days you'll slip back. That's okay. What matters is that you keep trying, keep choosing peace, keep choosing growth, keep choosing yourself. Pain is part of the journey, but it is not the end of your story. You are allowed to move on. You are allowed to laugh again. You are allowed to be happy. The past doesn't get to steal your future. You have the power to stop replaying the hurt. You have the power to stop rehearsing the pain. And when you do, you'll find that life has more to offer than sorrow. There's beauty, love, hope, and strength waiting for you. You have to be willing to let go of the pain to see it. You have to stop looking back so you can finally move forward. There are times in life when people walk away from us. Sometimes it's sudden, sometimes it's slow, sometimes we don't understand why it's happening, and it feels confusing and painful. We wonder what went wrong. We ask ourselves what we did. We try to fix it, to hold on, to explain. Explain. But no matter what we do, the distance keeps growing. The friendship fades. The relationship ends. The group we were part of no longer fits. And in those moments, it feels like we are being left behind. But the truth is, not all separation is bad. Sometimes separation is a sign of elevation. When you start to grow, when your mind starts to change, when your heart starts to heal, not everyone can go with you. As you begin to see life differently, you will begin to see people differently too. You may realize that some conversations no longer interest you. Some friendships no longer feel safe. Some environments no longer feel healthy. It's not because you're better than others, it's because you're changing. And growth requires change. Imagine climbing a mountain. At the bottom, the path is wide. Many people walk together. But as you go higher, the road becomes narrow. Fewer people can walk with you. The air is thinner. The climb is harder. But the view is better. The higher you go, the more focused you must be. You cannot carry everyone with you. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season. They were part of your journey, but they are not part of your destination. It can be lonely when people leave. You may feel abandoned or rejected. But sometimes separation is protection. Sometimes God removes people because they were holding you back. Their words were not building you. Their presence was not helping you. Their actions were not matching your purpose. And if they stayed, you might have stayed small to make them comfortable. But you were not created to stay small. Sometimes it's not others who leave us. We are the ones who feel called to step away. We feel pulled to leave a circle, a job, a routine, a lifestyle. It's hard to explain to others. They may not understand. They may think we've changed. And they're right, we have. But that change is not something to fear. That change is the beginning of something new. When you are being elevated, your spirit will no longer settle for what once felt normal. You will start to crave peace, purpose, and growth. You will begin to notice what drains you. You will begin to value what feeds your soul. Separation doesn't always come with loud goodbyes. Sometimes it happens quietly. Conversations become shorter. Connections grow weaker. And little by little, distance grows. That's okay. Not every ending needs to be dramatic. Some chapters close softly, without anger or blame. It doesn't mean the relationship was fake. It means the season is over. and you don't need to force something that no longer fits. It's important to trust the process. Life has a way of removing what no longer belongs. We may not understand it at the moment. We may feel like we are losing, but often we are being prepared. When you are being elevated, you are also being reshaped. You are learning who you really are, what you really want, and where you truly belong. And to do that, you need space. Space to breathe. Space to think. Space to grow. Some people may try to make you feel guilty for growing. They may say you've changed. They may say you're distant or proud. But growth isn't about pride. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. And sometimes becoming that person requires leaving behind the version of yourself that others were comfortable with. Don't fight to stay where you no longer fit. Don't shrink yourself to keep people who don't see your value. Don't hold on to what's leaving just because you're afraid to be alone. Alone does not mean empty. Sometimes alone means aligned. Aligned with your purpose. Aligned with your peace. Aligned with your next level. The truth is, everyone can't go with you. Not because they're bad people. Not because you don't love them. But because your journey is unique. Your calling is different. Your next chapter needs a different environment. If you try to bring everyone with you, you will carry weight that slows you down. You will spend your energy trying to convince others instead of becoming who you are meant to be. You were created for more. And more often comes after letting go. You don't climb higher by holding on to everything. You climb higher by releasing what no longer lifts you. So if people are walking away, let them. If doors are closing, don't force them open. If circles are changing, trust the shift. You are not being abandoned. You are being elevated. Elevation may feel lonely at first. You may miss the old familiar things. You may have quiet nights. You may feel uncertain, but soon you will begin to feel something new. You will feel strength. You will feel clarity. You will feel clarity. You will feel peace. You will start to see your life with new eyes. You will begin to meet people who match your new mindset. You will begin to walk in spaces where you feel seen, heard, and valued, not just tolerated. And when that happens, you'll understand why the separation was necessary. You'll look back and realize that what felt like a loss was really a step toward your purpose. What felt like rejection was really redirection. What felt like an ending was actually a new beginning. So hold your head high. Don't fear the separation. Embrace the growth. You are not being left behind. You are being lifted up. And the higher you go, the more you will understand that separation is not punishment, it is preparation, it is positioning, it is elevation. There are times when people make you feel guilty for focusing on yourself. They might say you're selfish or that you're turning your back on others. But the truth is, focusing on yourself is not wrong. It is not selfish. It is sacred, it's necessary. It is something you must do if you want to grow, heal, and live a life that feels true and full. Many of us are taught from a young age to put others first. We are taught to be kind, to be helpful, to give our time, our energy, our care. And those are all good things. But somewhere along the way, we forget that we matter too. Start pouring so much into others that we forget to pour anything into ourselves. We give and give and give until we are empty. There comes a time when you must pause and look at your own heart. You must ask yourself, how am I doing? Not in the way we casually ask others, but truly and deeply. So now, you must ask, am I at peace? Am I growing? Am I happy, really happy? And if the answer is no, then it's time to turn your attention inward. Not because you don't care about others, but because you cannot give from an empty cup. When you focus on yourself, you begin to listen to your needs. You begin to notice what makes you feel alive and what makes you feel drained. You stop doing things out of guilt or fear. You start doing things from love for yourself and love for your life. You begin to protect your time, your energy, your peace. Begin to say no to things that don't feel right, even if others don't understand. This isn't selfish. This is sacred. Your life is a gift. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they are not meant to be pushed beyond their limits every day just to keep others comfortable. You were not born just to please people. You were born to live fully, to shine brightly, and to walk your path with purpose. There are people who will not understand this. They may call you cold or distant, but don't let their words shake you. Only you know what it took to reach the place where you finally decided to choose yourself. Maybe you've been through pain. Maybe you've given more than you should have. Maybe you've been overlooked, misunderstood, or taken for granted. Now, You are learning to love yourself enough to stop doing that. It's not easy. There will be days when you feel guilty, days when you wonder if you're doing the right thing. But stay with it. Keep going. Because as you focus on yourself, you will start to heal. You will begin to understand your worth. You will no longer chase things or people that aren't meant for you. You will walk with more confidence. You will speak with more truth. You will love with more depth because it will come from a whole place, not a broken one. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It is not something you do after everything else is done. It is something that must come first. When you are rested, when you are at peace, when you are centered, you are better for everyone around you. You are more present, more kind, more patient. But when you are tired, burnt out, and resentful, even your love becomes heavy. Even your help becomes a burden. So focus on yourself. Wake up and ask yourself how you feel. Eat food that nourishes you. Rest when your body needs it. Spend time doing what makes your heart sing. Speak kindly to yourself, forgive yourself, celebrate yourself, learn something new, explore your dreams, make space for silence, make time for joy. You are not being selfish when you do this. You are being responsible. You are honoring the life you are given. You are respecting your own soul. In doing that, you give others permission to do the same. You show them what it looks like to live with love and truth. You become an example of what real strength and balance look like. People may come and go in your life. Circumstances may change, but you will always be with yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Learn to trust your own voice. Learn to be gentle with yourself. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. There will be seasons when you need to pull back from the world. You need to say no, cancel plans, spend time alone, or simply rest. These moments are not wasted. They are sacred. They are when you come back to yourself. They are when you remember who you are without all the noise. They are when you grow quietly, deeply, and truly. And when you return to the world from that place, you bring something more powerful than before. You bring peace. You bring truth. You bring love that isn't seeking to be filled, but is overflowing from within. That is the power of focusing on yourself. That is the beauty of honoring your inner life. So don't let anyone make you feel bad for choosing yourself. You are not being unkind. You are not being unkind. You are not being arrogant. You are simply waking up. You are seeing that you matter too. You are understanding that your well-being is important. And that, my friend, is not selfish. It's sacred. Everyone has faced rejection at some point in life. It may have come from a job you wanted, a person you loved, a friendship you valued, or a dream you chased. Rejection can feel like a deep wound. It can make you question your worth, your choices, and even your purpose. It hurts to hear no. It hurts to hear no. It hurts when doors close. It hurts when people walk away or don't choose you. But even though rejection hurts, it is not the end. In fact, many times rejection is not punishment. It is redirection. Sometimes we want something so badly that we convince ourselves it must be right. We pray for it, we plan for it, we prepare for it. And when it doesn't happen, we feel broken. But what if that rejection was not meant to break us, but to guide us? What if that door had to close because what was behind it was not good for us? What if the person who left was never meant to stay? What if losing something small was the only way to find something bigger? Rejection forces us to pause. It makes us stop and look again. At first, it feels like failure, but with time, we begin to see it differently. We begin to understand that we were not being pushed away. We were being moved forward. When one path is blocked, it doesn't mean your journey is over. It means you're being sent in a new direction, a better one, a safer one, a wiser one, a wiser one. Think about all the times in your life when something didn't go as planned. At first, you were disappointed. Maybe you cried. Maybe you blamed yourself. Later, you look back and said, I'm glad that didn't work out. That's what rejection often does. It hurts now, but it helps later. It helps later. It closes the wrong door so you can find the right one. We often see rejection as a personal attack. We think we are not good enough, smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough. But rejection is not always about your value. Sometimes it's simply about timing. Sometimes it's about alignment. Just because something is good does not mean it's right for you right now. And sometimes what we want is much smaller than what we are meant to have. Rejection teaches us to trust. It teaches us that we are not in control of everything, and that's okay. It teaches us that we may not understand everything right now, but one day we will. One day we'll look back and be thankful. One day we'll see the beauty in the delay. One day we'll realize that we were saved, not rejected. It takes strength to move on after rejection. It takes courage to believe again, to try again, to hope again. But you can do it. You were not meant to stay stuck in disappointment. You were meant to rise. You were meant to learn. You were meant to learn. You were meant to grow. And rejection is part of that growth. When someone says no to you, don't say no to yourself. When one opportunity ends, don't stop dreaming. When a door closes, don't stand there knocking forever. Lift your head, wipe your tears, look around. There is more ahead. There are better plans. There are new paths, but you have to take a step forward to see them. Many people who found success faced rejection first. Authors whose books were denied. Singers who were told they had no talent. Business owners who failed before they succeeded. They didn't stop at rejection. They kept going. And because they did, they reached places they never imagined. You can do the same. Rejection is not your ending. It's your turning point. Sometimes rejection also teaches us about ourselves. It shows us what we really want, what we truly need, and what we must change. It humbles us. It challenges us. It pushes us to become stronger, better, more focused. Without rejection, we might stay in places that are too small for our growth. We might settle for less than we deserve. We might miss the life we were meant to live. Let rejection shape you, not stop you. Let it build you, not break you. You are not the person who got turned down. You are the person who will rise anyway. You are the person who will keep going when it's hard. You are the person who will trust that something greater is still coming. Greater is still coming. The pain of rejection may last for a while, but it will not last forever. One day the hurt will fade. One day the answers will come. One day you will understand. Until then, keep walking, keep believing, keep becoming. Life is not always about getting what we want. It's about becoming who we are meant to be. And sometimes that becoming requires redirection. It requires us to let go of one dream so we can discover another. It requires us to leave behind comfort so we can find purpose. It requires us to say goodbye to what we thought was best so we can receive what truly is. So the next time you face rejection, don't let it break your spirit. Don't let it make you bitter. Don't let it stop you from trying again. Instead, let it teach you. Let it guide you. Let it lead you to something better. Because rejection is not always a no. Sometimes it's a not yet. Sometimes it's a not here. Sometimes it's a divine message saying, hey, there's more. Keep going. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared. You are being positioned. You are being moved. Moved toward the life that was meant for you. Rejection is redirection. And redirection is grace in disguise. If you'd like this as a spoken word script or turned into a motivational video or podcast script, just let me know. I'd be happy to help format or adapt it further. So the next time you face rejection, don't hang your head in shame. Don't give up on yourself. Don't let want to know make you forget all the yeses that are still waiting ahead. What didn't happen for you wasn't the end of your story. It was just a redirection to something greater, something higher, something more suited for who you are becoming. Stand tall, breathe deep, trust the process. Rejection is not a wall, it's a signpost. It's not the closing of your future, it's the clearing of your path. Keep walking, keep growing, keep believing that even when life says no, something better is already on its way. You are not being pushed down, you are being led forward. Because sometimes the greatest blessings come from the doors that didn't open. And when they do, when the right door opens, you'll look back and say, I'm glad they said no, because now I found where I truly belong. Thank you.